Alright. Shit, it's that damn cold as hell out here. Uh, so anyway, just the my first I can't even how now I was talking to someone about my trip back to Birmingham when I had to I was handling all these old business cases and shit and got them thrown out. But anyway, my point was the city was dead looking, literally. You know what I'm saying? Like, the hell is he waiting on? I guess he's trying to turn in. But anyway, so seriously, I mean, just it economically, like I said, there wasn't even I couldn't even catch an Uber from the Greyhound station, whatever. It took an hour for the Ubers because it's just like when we used to live there, or when I used to live there. They didn't deliver in my neighborhood. Pizza Hut. This is way before. You know, I left in like 2014, 13, something like that. But I bet they only deliver like Uber Eats in my old neighborhood. There was no in the whole. I was downtown. There were no Ubers. It was like 7 in the morning. So I got there about 7, and there's no Ubers. And the map tells you where they are, and I could see them. They were in the next town over. Like Homewood. And that's that's the white folks city. They the ones, but the girl that finally showed up an hour later. She it's a black chick. I know I ain't even asking what neighborhood, what side of town, but there's nobody drive. Like anywhere else you get Uber, like right here, it's standing right here. If I order Uber, it'll be here. If I open the app, this is about 7:30. It'll be like 3 Ubers lurking around on the app. Even in this, this is like residential. But like I said, if you walk 2 minutes that way, it's a whole bunch of businesses and the little whatever. But and it's not saying this city's built, because these idiots, they think it's them. Like, no, bitch, this is America. You can move where you want to. I might move now that I got my cases over. I don't know where I might move just to move. You know, Las Vegas or something. I know Las Vegas is dangerous. I don't know nobody, but still, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, these idiots, they're stuck on segregation. All of, all this dumb shit, like you have to be from, no, bitch, you can be from wherever you want to move, for a job, because you want to, you got money, da 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 da. These idiots, they still stuck on, like, oh, you ain't from here. That's 80s shit. And that's really about drug territory. If you just a regular dude going to work every day, why you give a fuck if a nigga ain't from there? Long as he ain't moving in and harassing children, this and that. Don't worry about them. If they ain't doing nothing, if they don't want to talk to y'all or hang out or whatever, or come barbecue, that's on them. But if they ain't doing nothing, y'all gonna learn about acting like y'all the mob or some gangsters or a gang or something. Y'all gonna learn the hard fucking way. You ain't no gangster, and that's the end of it. So anyway, they got black folks, they get offended by that, cause I say it. Seriously, I mean, and all of a sudden they kept talking about Easter yesterday. I mean, the day before and Friday, they just Easter. All of a sudden now, last year Easter wasn't so important, and what I learned about Easter, as far as black folks, and as a little kid, they go to church. I'm talking about I'm about 4 years, 5 years old. You already noticing what they say. Most people only go to church on Easter and Christmas and Easter. And that was way back. But now all of a sudden, this year, the last 10, 12, I can't even remember anybody talking about Easter in decades. Matter of fact, since I've been out in the Army, 20 years, it's like nobody, they never, it used to be, oh shit, he got his Easter suit on, by the time you're like 13, because you still had to go to church. You had to listen to your mama and your dad, whatever. You had to go to church. I ain't heard nothing about it. Now all of a sudden, because I said something about dead, I guess they really believe, these demons really believe God must be telling me what to say. Because they got all out they little, just dumb shit. And I'm going to show you why. I'm literally gonna show you, because I was even talking about Philadelphia Friday, about all the violence and shit like that. Oh, cause we used to live there, and I'm like, I'm glad we moved from there. I'm just thankful. Not because, at this age, I'm like, shit, I don't know what might have, I'm talking about by the 90s and the 2000s, what might have happened if I had stayed there. Or the 80s, through the crack cocaine 80s, when everybody was selling dope and shit like that. Might have been to prison. Who knows? And our line, with niggas like us, you also got to think, hell, who knows? I might have even, made it, came up and shit. Who knows what would have happened? But I don't even want to think about, you shudder to think. I don't even want to think about this shit.
You gotta do this for your girl. She won't be able to.
So anyway, they get offended.
Babe, we have gotta talk about how you're.
And my thing is, these dumb niggas, all of them, politicians, all the way up to politicians down, they're all of them, the woke folks, white folks, all of them, woke any race. If you're a woke person, you're liberal, you're woke, whatever race you are, their whole thing to make people shut up is to try to threaten. Remember, at first it was, oh, you can't talk because she's a woman. Oh, you can't say nothing because she's a black woman. Oh, you can't say nothing because he's a black man. And they're doing bad. I'm talking about their job performance. The politician. That's what, remember I said they're hiding behind women. They're cowards. Like, they have a black politician, but she's a liberal Democrat. And the mayor of Chicago. Remember, she said it herself, keep my name, keep our name out, and all these people dying. She told that to Trump, and Trump brought it up because she attacked him. At first, you're a racist, but when he brought up, what about all the people dying in your city, and she's the mayor? And then they were so stupid, they said, well, she can't control what they do. Them people shouldn't be. And we're all like, no, bitch, she's the fucking mayor. Ain't nobody saying she's supposed to go out there and patrol, like she got to be with the troops, like a general, you got to lead from the front. No, all she has to do is sign the, this and that, issue these commands to the chief of police and the precinct chiefs, and tell them, man, bird taking them bath and it's cold as hell. There's a bird out here. But anyway, all she had to do was tell them, issue orders, like Rudy did in the 90s with New York, and that shit end. So yeah, it's on her. They were so stupid, and these are grown-ups. They so stupid and emotional. They really got mad. Like, she can't control. Yes, she can. She's the fucking chief. She's the mayor. She's over the chiefs of police. She's over every cop. All she had to do was just basically snap her fingers and tell them more. We want more patrols. We want more this and that. Issue overtime, all that shit. That's all she had to do, But they got scared. They remember in New York, that's what they were calling it, racist, stop and frisk. I thought that shit was funny. I'm talking about before all this Black Lives Matter shit. In the 90s, I was like, y'all talk about down south that we can't do nothing. I'm talking about like a nigga that think he gangster. This is like when I'm in my 20s. It wasn't nothing to do with politics. It was just, y'all, because, nigga, if he can visit down south a relative, yeah, it's racist. I don't want to stay there. I just come visit my family union. I'm going back. I'm like, nigga, y'all the ones can't walk out, because by then it was on the news. Oh, this is racist. Stop and frisk. They was crying about it then. I just thought it was funny. I was like, how y'all niggas supposed to be gangster? Y'all can't even walk. Like right here, if you walk in New York City, if you walk like that far, they can stop and frisk you. At that time, I thought that shit was funny. Look at this clown right here in that ragged ass scooter. But that was, because he a gangster. If he wasn't a gangster, I'd just be like, what's up? But anyway, so they walking outside getting stopped and frisked, patted down, and then the thing is, they had most of them that was complaining because they were getting arrested because they had warrants, did this and that. They just weren't, doing right as far as taking care of your business. You show up to court, nigga. All you had to do was show up to court. Your ass getting a failure to FTA. Now you got warrants and they doing stop and frisk. Get a job, bitch, so you can go to court. You won't be scared to go to court. First of all, don't do what you did in the first place. They wasn't doing nothing. They wasn't just stopping innocent people. And like I used to say, even back then, I said it. I said, if I was up there and I got stopped, I pull out, I'm like, yeah, I got an ID, bitch, right here. I would, it's a cop. I'd have been like, I got an ID, motherfucker, right here. Run my name. I told you, I'm good, nigga, and walked off. Instead, they all complaining and crying because most of them getting caught. And that's why it was so safe in New York in the 90s. Remember, it was like nothing like the 70s. So anyway, I used to be like, y'all calling down, and I'm like, we ain't, when I had went in the army, but by the time I'm like in high school, there was no, I never seen the cops. All the shit, every time, cause first of all, when somebody get shooting or get shot, we all dip, cause we know the cops coming. I had never had no interactions with a cop as a teenager. We used to be all over the place. We used to go to Homewood. We used to go to Hoover. All that shit. Hang out. Those are the white folk cities. We go to play video game, Mortal Kombat. When it had just came out. The first one, '92. All that shit. Video. Remember the game of motorcycle you could sit on and ride and all that shit. We 18. That shit. We grown. Put it. What's the other one? Showbiz Pizza or whatever and shit. Just hang out. None of the bowling alley in Vestavia. At no sign. And this is at night, 9, 10 o'clock. We having fun. We getting tipsy. Nobody, none of the white people in there. They didn't call the police. This is in Birmingham. Hoover. Nobody called the police. We hanging out there all night long till they closed, playing video games, driving through the neighborhood to get back to Birmingham. Driving through Vestavia. The police didn't get behind us. None of that. Never seen them. Never once. It did, like I said, so I had been noticed that shit. I'm like, y'all niggas come down here and talk about, ooh, yeah, them crackers down here. I'm like, what? They don't say shit to us. Go to the Galleria Mall in Homewood, they nothing. You hang out there for hours, nothing. Number white folk, white girls, teenagers and shit. Lying ass niggas, dumb as hell. That shit dumb. It ain't even the fact that they lying, is that it's dumb. Not even that, is that, that means they just was lame when they were teenagers and they mad. They mad at life, they failures at life, because they were lame as teenagers, they were lazy, didn't get a job, didn't even try to sell dope, you know. It wasn't even about selling, you selling it to your own people. As a teenager, you already saw what had going on. They chose this shit. And back then, all the people you selling dope to was older than you. They were in their 30s. You 17. They trying to play you. Play games with you. You had to watch out for your partner that they're gonna give away all his dope trying to get some head from the them 30-year-old chicks, and some of them had jobs. It was exciting to them. The rest of us, we had rules. You better bring my money, bitch. Nah, you ain't sucking my dick. Shit, I need my money. Fuck that. Give him my 10, 20. This bitch a nurse. You got money. You fucking registered nurse. Not just that, a lot of different jobs. This is in 90, 91, shit like that. Ain't nobody made you use drugs. They been using drugs. They in their 30s, 40s. You selling drugs to the no, they chose to use it. Fuck wrong with you? Just like alcohol. You got motherfuckers ruin their lives over alcohol. Oh well. Weed. Oh, weed ain't. This is motherfucker, you sit and smoke weed all day. You ain't got no job. You don't even sell the weed because you smoke it all. Monkey can't sell no bananas, nigga. But anyway, I got off topic. So yeah, that was one. Let me start another video because